Welcome to the 5, in my opinion, hard and fast, non-negotiable rules of how to be in a couple responsibly. Number 1, first one there gets dibs. That means the first one there is it. They have the floor, they get to talk, they get to say what is troubling them. And what that means is they got there first. It's not time for tit for tat, meaning, will you do it too? Or this thing you do that super bugs me. No, 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 no. That person got there first, and so they get to say whatever it is. And it's your job to listen, completely, fully, attentively listen to what it is that they have to say. And even if you have to pretend to be interested in it, even if you have to refrain with every cell in your body from saying things like, you do it too, that is your job. They got there first. If you want to bring something else up at a later time, then you get dibs. Now this brings me to number 2. Let's say you got there first and you've got dibs. The second rule is to broadcast information about self only. And this means with every fiber of your being, you resist using this word. You. Let's say I meet you at the movies all the time and you're actually late all the time. And I always buy the tickets and you never actually pay me back. Who is the egregious one in this scenario? I think we would all agree it is you. But here's how I am going to say it. Hey, you know what? I love having you as my movie partner, and I notice I end up waiting 10 or 15 minutes most times. Notice I didn't say always, but most times, and I usually buy the tickets, and I notice I don't always get paid back. And this leads me to believe our movie time is most important to me. And that kind of hurts my feelings. So do you notice how even though you are actually the late one who doesn't pay me back, I only talked about myself. Okay, that brings me to number 3. And that is, don't bring anyone else into it, especially your kids. And so that means, hey, I normally don't get paid back and I'm waiting at the movies. It kind of hurts my feelings. It makes me think maybe it's more important to me than you. And what I am now not going to say is, and Emily thinks so too, and our daughter thinks so too. No. If you're not a big enough person to stand on your own with your own feelings, then that's the only reason you would need to bring someone else in. Because if I know what I know, and I feel what I feel, I don't need anyone else to back me up. And it's less likely to be taken more defensively. Okay. Number 4. This is easier said than done. I guess they all are. Don't take anything, and I mean anything, personally. And while I'm not saying that, I'll use a really extreme example, I'm not saying that I condone you coming home from work and beating up on me physically. That's not cool. That's not allowed. I'm not going to condone it. I'm not going to stand for it. but I'm also not going to take it personally. I'm not going to make up a story about how you're out to get me and you want to belittle me and what's wrong with me or this wouldn't be happening to me. It's not cool. It's very painful. It breaks my heart. I have to make some tough decisions, but it's not about me. It has everything to do with me because it's happening to me. That I want to be curious about, but it's not personal to me. It's something that the other person is doing or saying. And I don't need to take that on as it being about me. Okay, number 5. This one to me is the most straightforward, most simple to use, to do. And that is don't use, and I mean ever, 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 the D word unless your bags are packed and you are going. That is not to be threatened ever. And by D, obviously, I mean divorce, even if you're not married. No one should ever be threatening to leave or abandon because it is dirty pool below the belt unless you are prepared to make good for real today, bags packed, leaving, gone, done. Until that moment comes, it's never to be uttered. And those are the 5 hard and fast, non-negotiable rules of couples, according to me.